PvP. I have spent the last month doing PvP, and I'm gonna tell you 4 things I learned since I started. When I say counter your enemy, I am referring to match your skills against your opponent's skills. In this battle, for example, I will use W in parry to avoid the climber E, and also when he launches his jacket, I will use the mine to avoid his jacket, also the charges. However, there was a fox there. Albion has a lot of spells that counter others, and when you have learned them, the only thing remaining is how you play. Skills are superior than IP. All the experienced players will know this, but when I started, I thought the reason I died a lot was because I don't have specs or I was going with low gear. But if item power is the only thing that matters, then it should not be possible to achieve something like this. I went 6.3 a couple of times and I got destroyed with people with the same IP or even for people with less IP. So I decided to go 5.1 and fight everything that moves until I familiarized much more with PvP. And I started to notice something. As much as you become better, as much the IP gap gets irrelevant. However, IP still have a lot of meaning during battles when both players have a good amount of experience. So my final conclusion is, if you are a better player than another, you can afford some IP gap, and if not, you should go 8.3 and kill 5.1. In PvP, there are always times when it is better to wait instead of jumping into the fight. Moments like not having your skills refreshed, not having 100% health, or not taking the time to change your skills. Being patient also influences during the fight. Perhaps it has happened to you that you are in an uneven fight in which it is not known if you win or lose, and you ended up dying just when you have a few seconds left on your spell E. Or maybe it has happened to you that you win the first raid and that is why you assume that you are winning. Then you start chasing your enemy when he has everything to defend himself and you have already used everything. Patience gives you time to understand that it is better to distance yourselves and wait until your enemy runs. You should follow him without compromising your distance until you can accept a second try. The experienced players I face are usually patient. They have no problem with resetting the fight 2 or 3 times, changing their skills multiple times, or moving radically, simply waiting for you to make a mistake. Being patient helps you understand that it is not about staying in constant combat, but about finding opportunities. Being patient changes the way you play, but that doesn't mean you will win. Being patient seems useless without the experience to identify key moments. And this is something we want to discuss in the next point. When I started to do PvP, I was so bad that I lost 100% of my battles for weeks. Everyone seemed more skilled, and I thought I will never be good. And I quit a few times. The reason I didn't quit at all is because I enjoy PvP, and that is why I developed a strategy to train. I make silver with other activities, crafted my bells to reduce the cost, and decided to go to the mist and start fighting with everyone. But instead of looking for good results, I did it with the goal of training. Thanks to that mentality, I can now face others without it being a guaranteed death. So here is my conclusion. There is no way to be good at PvP without doing so. Now it's your turn to learn PvP. Do it and be prepared to die a lot. And don't be afraid, it's literally the most common thing in Albion.